Hey folks, it's Dave here, and today I have a little bit of a basketball showdown going on as I take a look at action PC basketball as well as Stratomatic basketball on the computer. I'm just going to kind of compare and contrast. I'm going to show you a little bit about what each game does, what each game looks like, how it maybe plays, just to give you an idea of the comparison between the two. Full disclaimer here. I've only played, 10 or 15 hours of each, so I'm not a seasoned expert with either game. So this is kind of a first impression, head-to-head, on some of the things I've discovered about the game. It's not meant as a tutorial on how to play this game. It's just me having some fun, showing you some of the similarities and the differences between the two games that I have found in my brief time with each game. So this might be a part one of two if I continue to play both of these games. Let's start off with price. So let's go over here and we'll start with Stratomatic basketball. So the new game is $44, but I highly recommend adding the card images. What that does is that it brings up the card when you roll the dice and you can see it. That is key. That is why I play the Stratomatic games, is to see the roll of the dice. So I highly advise getting the card image. So you're at $62 for the game. Meanwhile, Action PC, they have different price points. They have a high of $68, which comes with the game, the current season, and a lot of seasons and teams. $48, which is the deluxe edition, which gets you the current season and a couple of other goodies. And then the basic game for $38, which is just the game and a couple of starter teams. Okay, so we're going to focus on the deluxe, because that is probably pretty close to the Stratomatic. So that is $48, okay? And you don't need to add anything to that. So with Stratomatic, it's $62 for the game, get you the current season, and it's $48 for Action PC. Now, Action PC is always having sales. They really are. So right now, this $48 comes down to $40. And if you spend $100, you can get another 20% off of that. So you really can find the sales and bulk up with Action PC stuff and save a lot of money that way. So that's what you're looking at right now. Just to play the current season, you're looking at $62 versus $48 if there's no sales. As far as seasons go, so if you wanted to go to basketball, so you're starting at 62. Let me write that down, 62. And if you're going to go to the seasons, and we'll just pick a season here, the seasons are 27. So you're looking at, if you want to get the game and you want to get a season of your choice, you're looking at $89 to get through the door. That's straight up prices. That's no discounts. Every now and then they'll have a 10 or 15 or a 20% off code, or they'll have a game on sale or seasons on sale, buy two, get one free or something like that. But for the standard price, you're looking at $89 for Strat basketball in a season of your choice. Over here, the Action PC, we said that was $48. We go to the basketball seasons. We'll go 1970 to present. And you can see they're pretty much all $15. $15.50. Now they're on sale for $8.94, but we'll call it $15 to be fair. And so we're looking at $63 there. So it's $89 for the new Strat basketball game and the season of your choice. And for the Action PC, it is $63 for the game, the current season, and a season of your choice. Now, as you can see, they always have sales at Action PC, so you can bulk up. In fact, if you want to go the decades, $52.70 right now is on sale for the 70s decade. So that's $5.27 per season. Okay, if you want to bulk up like that. Regular price is $85. That's $8.50 a season. But right now it's on sale, and they have sales all the time. In fact, I think there's a sale on top of this today, too, if you wanted to grab a few things. Okay, so that is the price point here. So the edge will go to Action PC for prices. Now let's take a look at the games. Let's start with Strat. You open up Strat, and this is what you get. Now, incidentally, it opens really fast. Both of these games open quick. Strat opens a lot faster, okay? You see, it's kind of like a Word document here. It's really kind of bare bones. It's database-driven. Not a lot of flash and substance with the Stratomatic game. Let's take a look at some of the options. So with the file, you can view and print files. You can remove the game authorization and remove season authorization. That's if you're switching computers. You got the cut, copy, and paste. Again, it's like a Word document here. You got the Strat lobby for multiplayer. You can play a new scheduled game, a new unscheduled game. So that's how you would just play an exhibition game. You can do some things with your league. What I like to do is model the league here. So as you can see, I have Dave 7172. So I had 7172 here, and I modeled that, and I created 7172 because I don't like to mess with the original seasons. Just in case I do something crazy and mess it up, I always know I have a fresh copy of that season that I can just duplicate and then go back to messing around with. So that's what I like to do with that. There's a few other things you can do here. Like I say, I think it's actually duplicate league. It's not model league, duplicate league. I think that's what I did. Let's see, you can create a team if you like. You got some players, so if you want to click on this guy here, Archie Clark, you can click on the player, and you can view his card, per se, and see what his stats look like. Tournament, I believe that is playoffs if you want to set up a playoff system. Statistics, okay, I'm going to play a couple games in a minute. I'll show you the stats in 1 second. Options for the league, some good options in the league. Look at all these options here. You can you got the regular shot grid game files. I like to save the game files so I know what I'm looking at. I'll put the sound on. I'll talk about sound in 1 second. And you get box score options, save the summary files, all these other options here. Show board game info. Yes, I don't show the player picture because I don't use the player pictures. I like to show the card image. Yes, I do. And everything else here, we use the improved interface. So some good options here. We'll go to the rules. You can set injuries. We're going to use injuries. We get the full auto rest. You can change the rules if you want to. That's what's kind of neat. You get the fatigue factor, home court advantage, a few other things here. So we're going to do the fast break. A couple other things here like the auto transaction. So there's a few things I like to use with that. And then events are just if something happens during the game, and miscellaneous is just kind of miscellaneous things I don't really mess with. But I like these options for my league, so I'm going to select that. Okay. The program options too. The sounds. I told you I was going to talk about the sounds. So you can change the font. You can change the font size for some of these things here. I don't use the anthem sound. The crowd noises and the other sounds are terrible. The other sounds are like the basketball dribbling. It sounds like a gunshot, to tell you the truth. So I just have basket sounds. I like to hear the swish of the ball going through the net. When it hits the rim, it also sounds like it's going in. So the sounds are really not that good here with the Stratomatic basketball. So, but that's kind of a quick look at the presentation. So now over here, Action PC, as you can see, very different look to Action PC. It really looks like a game rather than just kind of a Word document database type of thing. And again, we have some of the options here, so you can play a game if you want. And I can see the game screen here. It's really nice. You can select to be human or computer. You can play the day. You can play all the games. You can go the next day. You can really move around. And the screen is nice. It's got all the team colors on here. And I'll simulate a couple games in a minute to show you what the difference is. You have your exhibition games, so you can set up a game between two teams of any season. So I can go to my seasons here, and I can have, 69 versus 73 if I want to. Rosters shows you what's the team rosters here. Again, it's all nice and colorful. Looks nice. You got your replay ratings. You got your real ratings of what happened that season. Standings. Oh, let's exit that. So you get the standings. The standings look real nice over here. Nice and big. Kind of simple, but they work. You can compare some things if you want. The team reports are kind of neat, too. It gives you the schedule breakdown, a little bit of stats. I haven't played any games yet, so there's no standings here. You get the league leaders if you want to see that. Again, it's another printout style thing here. You get your database you can check out. You get the rules. A lot of different rules here. Much like Strat, there's a lot of different things you can play. You get the structure of the league. You can display tenths if you want on the 24-second clock. You have some miscellaneous rules here. You have some fouls. You have some usage penalties. And you got some display here. So there's a lot of different things in the rules. Then you got your tools. Just to reset the league to 0 if you want. You got your setup. There's a lot of options here. Much like Strat, there's a lot of options as far as setting your speed of the play-by-play. You got the ball speed. You can choose photos if you want. You can set font size. You got sounds here. Bring the sounds way down. The sounds are really loud, so always bring them down. And then you get some miscellaneous stuff over here if you want to do that as well. So those are some of the options with Action PC. Let's go back to Strat for 1 second. So let me simulate a few games here. So I'm going to go to Game, New Scheduled, and I'm going to go the first day here. And I have them all set up for auto. Okay, so you can see it's a hold, auto, manual, and played. Manual means you play the game. Hold means don't do anything. I have everything set for auto when I started the season. So I'm going to play the day. Oh, I messed that up. Let me go to my league, and hang on a sec here. I did something wrong. All right, let me do this. Let me go to my restart league. Okay, set all games to autoplay. Okay. Yes. Okay, so now let's go to new schedule game. That's fine. So let's go to the 12th. I'm going to play the day. There we go. Okay, so when you start the league, set all games to auto. That way there you don't got to manually do it. Again, it's a little quirky, but it did work. So now, I have 4 games played. Down here, the league has been started, 4 games played. So let me go to my statistics, my league stats, and these are my standings. That's kind of what your standings going to look like. Nothing fancy, but they're standings. You can go to what I like is the line scores. And it shows you the date, the score, gives you points, rebounds, and assists. So you got a little summary for what happened in that game. So I do like the line scores in that. Kind of bare bones. You got your newspaper style if you want. A lot of different reports if you want it. Triple doubles, the whole bit. So injuries, no injuries. So there's a lot of different things here you can look at. It's just, again, it's very data driven. It's very numbers driven. Not so much nice looking. Celtics there. We can go to update the team. You can do a few things here with that. I'll get back to the screen in 1 sec. I'll show you I can put in your custom basketball court in here too. So that's how I played a couple games, and that is the standings for, again, we'll take a look at my standings. We'll take a look at team stats for the Celtics. So there's my team stats for Boston. Team leaders, comparison report. I haven't played any games yet, so there's nothing there. But so there's a couple of reports. So now we go to Action PC. So let's play some games with Action PC. So we're just going to play. See, everything's set here is play auto. So you can actually just play it right here if you want to play this game manually. You can just play it automatically if you want to quick play it. I'm going to play the entire day. So I have everything set for C is computer, H is human. I don't want any human. I'm just going to let it run. And what's going to be neat is over here on the side, you're going to see highlights. So we're going to play October 9th. So it plays the game out. So Buffalo actually won. Yeah, my Braves actually won. So it plays the games pretty quick, as you can see, and it shows you the highlights. So for Chicago, Edelman was injured. Ray had 17 rebounds. Buffalo, McMillan at 31 points. So, yeah, so it shows you here. It shows you some of the leaders. McAdoo with Buffalo. Yep. So I kind of like this here. It's kind of neat. It can give you a little summary in the whole bit. Then if you want, you can say, like, what's the box score? And the box score is 130 to 114. It shows you everything. So it shows you just like if you had played the game. If you hover over this, see how it changes over there? I like that. It shows you all the stats for that game if you hover over it. Golden State, L.A. Oh, it wasn't doing that. What happened there? It was doing that. Now it's not. Oh, you gotta go right over the box. Okay, there it is. You gotta hover over the box, and that'll show you that. I like that. I just discovered that. See, I told you I'm still kind of new with this, but I'm just kind of showing you what it looks like. Okay, so we played the 4 games. Let's kick out of that. And now we come back to our main screen, and I like it. The standings are right here. So everything's right here in the main screen after that one game. So that is a little bit of the simulating gameplay if you just want to sim a couple games and see how it looks. So now let's go to modding the teams. So we've done price, we've done presentation, we've done some stats and standings, we've simmed a couple games, so now we're on to modding. So I want to go to the Boston. Let's start with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So update team. So you can change the name of the team. Oh, I'm still on the Celtics. Hang on, how did I do that? Let's go to Cincinnati. Update team. Okay. So right here, you have to manually put in the name Royals. Okay, so if I go here to 2819, you can see it's Boston, Boston, Brooklyn, Brooklyn, Charlotte, Charlotte. So I would have to manually go here, update the team and go, put on my caps locks and go Celtics. And you have to do that manually. And then now it's Celtics. Also, if you want to change the court image, this is really the only modding you can do in the game. You got the court image here. That comes with 0 and 1. All right. You can change this by adding a number, and that'll give you your court. And how I've done that here, if I go to my file here and my images, you can see court 0 and court 1 are your options in the game. I've added a lot of courts that I got off, I don't know what site it was. Somebody designed the courts. So this is court 4. Now, see, I got court 4 BIMP and court 4 JPEG. It has to be a BMP. So it's court underspace and then the number. So as you can see, court underspace 0 is default. Court underspace 1 is the parquet. The Celtics, it's court 4. Okay, if you were playing the Nets, it's court 6. If you were playing the Bulls, it's court 8. Okay, that's just how I have them listed. So if I go back to my Celtics here and I update the team, you see that I put in court image 4. Not very fancy, but that's how you got to do it. So you only can put in the file number, and it's got to be court underscore and whatever number it is. So if I go back over here, I put in all the teams in this season. So as you can see, the Knicks are court 9. The Golden State Warriors are court 32. And that's just how it's done there. So let's go over to Action PC. And if we're going to organize team information, over here, I can really get to a lot of customization. So the nickname is going to be the Atlanta Hawks. I can choose my logo. Now, I've downloaded some logos from the different databases, sportsreplays.net and things like that. So I'm going to assign this logo to the Hawks. I could even put in a court. Now, it comes with some standard courts. This is the horizontal courts. I mean, vertical courts. So now we got some horizontal stuff here. So that's kind of a basic Atlanta if you want to use either one of these. But again, people have created courts. In fact, you can create your own courts if you like. And so I'm going to go find the Omni because somebody created the Omni. And I can now use that. Any one of these Omni ones here, I can now use. So if I'm using 73, I'll go to 70. I'll go here, and I'll assign the court. So now I got the Atlanta Hawks. I got the court. And I also have the logo. And then you say, okay. And so you can see the Centrals, it even puts the logo up here. So Atlanta with that custom logo now is leading the division. So you could really customize this a little bit. Oh, you could even put in jerseys too. I don't really use the jerseys, but you can put in the road jersey. You just have to upload them in the home and the road jersey. If you want to play half court, you can do half court. I usually don't do half court. You can even add the arena photo if you want. I don't really use the arena photos, but you can put it in there. So there's a lot of customizations you can do here with the Action PC. One more thing I wanted to show is changing seasons. With Strat, it's fairly simple. You just click on a season and it loads it just like that. Bing, bang, boom. So you want to start doing that? Here you go. Click on any season and you're ready to play that one right there. And you can go right to the team. Season, team. It's really fast. Action PC, you got to come down here, click on this, double click on this, and then save, and then it loads the season. A couple of extra steps loading the season here rather than Strat. Strat's instantaneous. This you do actually have to load it in, but again, you're loading a lot more stuff here. All right, let's get to some gameplay. All right, so we're going to do a new unscheduled game. And here's some of the options here. So you can go computer coach, human only shots, and human only strategy for the visitors and the home team. You can choose which action to show. A lot of this will determine how fast the game plays. If you want all action and all play-by-play, the game will take a lot longer. Or you can trim it down to basically no action and no play-by-play or minimal and really play the game quick. So I'm going to do some action. My text delay I have here animation delay, and I just kind of scale it down the line like this because the dice delay, I like it nice and fast. The card image, I want to see what it was, but I don't want it to hang on the screen for too long. You can choose your sound. I have my sound on, baskets only. I have play-by-play set for, we'll go regular play-by-play right now. And I have everything selected here except for show player picture. So I will continue. I'll be the home team. I'm just going to do only shots. And now I can, because it's an exhibition game, I can choose from any season that I have. So we'll take 85, 86. We'll do the Hawks. We'll do 85, 86. And we'll do Celtics. Now, again, it calls up my league options for manual games. It gives me a chance one more time to select what I want to do with this game as far as my rules, as far as my options, because it is just a exhibition game. That's fine. One last chance to edit the teams. I'm just going to let it ride. And now you come up to the screen here. You got your two screens. I'll be doing Boston. I'm just going to say suggest because I don't know much about basketball strategy. So I just put suggest and it does a couple things here. I do like the icons. They're small and they're kind of hard to read. But you can sub in, swap, assign. So if you want to assign somebody to defend, you can do that. You can have block the man out. You can have a few different strategies in here. You can set up your defense, half court, fast break. I mean your offense, then your defense. Or you can just suggest. You can get your box score and a few other things. So I already hit suggest. I'm going to hit continue, and now we're on to the game. So now you can see that I have the Celtics background that was court number 4 on here. And this is the new improved interface, and I do like this. So now we're all set, ready to go. Action PC, exhibition game. We will just say, I haven't set up anybody yet, have I? So let me get the background in it. So I like the Philadelphia court. So I'm going to go organize. I'm going to go Philadelphia 76ers. I'm going to do my logo. Sign that logo. Full court was the Spectrum. I like the crazy one. Yeah, let's go to that. Assign a court graphic. Okay. So I'll play Philadelphia, and I will play Boston. And I'll give the Celtics logo. I don't need to do their court because we're going to play in Philadelphia. And we'll assign the logo, and I think I should be good to go. So I get the Philadelphia and Boston. And okay. So now I'm going to do exhibition game. Boston at Philadelphia. Play. Again, we get our game set up. I'm gonna play human Philadelphia. I'm gonna call all the plays 100%. Computer's gonna coach defenses. Auto sub. My game screen here. I got a few options. I've already had this set up. I tweaked this to my liking. The sound I've turned down a little bit, and here we go. Hopefully the sound's not too loud. And now we start the game in Action PC. It gives you a chance to edit your lineups if you want to, just like the Strat one, a little more fancy. So I'm just going to hit clear. And okay, so now we're set to start. So now you can see the graphics here. I got the full court going. I like to play full court. And you can, like I said, you can design your own screens in both games. You can take the default court and overlay the colors. And if you're a really good designer, you can design some really nice courts. So we're all set to go here. So here's our Strat ready to play. Ready for the tip-off, and over here we're ready for the tip-off too. So you can see the difference here. We have some players. Now, they're not going to move around and play like a Temco Bowl or anything like that, or a Tecmo Bowl. They're going to just kind of stand still for the most part. But you have some graphics here. Over here in Action PC, they are just boxes, and we'll see them play differently. So we're going to start the game here with Strat. The players are ready. Here's the opening tip-off. So Atlanta gets the ball, and Atlanta is the away team. So right now I'm following the text. It's flipping the cards over. Contact with the shot, rolls the dice. The X is good. You see a little animation, and he dunks it home, and it's 2-0 for Atlanta. So now Boston with the ball. You can see my guys, Johnson, Ainge, Parrish, McHale, and Bird are out there. Ainge has the ball. You might see a pass or two. Yep, he passes it to Bird. Bird outside the DJ. So now I get the chart here. So again, Strat is more cards and dice driven. So it shows you the chances of what's going to happen if you take the shot or if you penetrate. So penetrate's 49%. So it says outside shot, penetrate, suggest, box score, teams a whole bit. If you hit the update, this is when you can change some of your your preferences like we had before the game. You can change them in the game. If you want to exit, you can't exit until the next possession. And sometimes that takes a minute or so because it continues to play the game and flip the cards until there's a possession. That's one of the drawbacks to Strat, is that if you, especially if you're setting up the game with graphics and you do something wrong, like, oh, I didn't set this up right, I want to go back, you can't just leave the game. You have to let it finish doing what it does to give you the chance to leave the game. So I'm just going to try to penetrate here. We're going to roll the dice. I get the results of the card. Shot is no good. Again, it sounded like it went in, but it didn't. So now Konachik has it. And now I can leave the game if I want to. I can also zoom ahead if I want to, but I'm not going to do that. So I'll just say continue with the game. So now Atlanta has the ball. I flip the card, passes to the forward. It's a turnover, and now Boston has it. And again, I'm kind of using regular play-by-play. If I wanted to, I could go minimum or maximum play-by-play to see exactly what's happening. And I'm only showing some action, too. I'm not showing all the action. So now the Ainge has it. Ainge is going to take the outside shot. Ainge puts up the jumper. No, R means he's going to reset. So Ainge didn't like what he saw. He's going to move the ball around. And it's a foul. So Doc Rivers has a foul. So now Ainge goes to the free throw line. And the first one's up is good. And you get to see the animation. And I like this. I like that. I like the animation. So now it's going to be Atlanta ball. Atlanta moves it around. It's Willis with it in the corner. He flips the card. Tells him what to do. He passes over to Wilkins. Wilkins with the ball takes the jump shot. And the X is good. It's good. So Atlanta leads now 4-1. So Boston with it now. DJ into Parrish. Parrish with an open shot. We're going to try a power move to the net. He goes to the net and rolls the X, and that's good. So as you can see, the thing I like about the Strat is I like rolling the dice and seeing the results. I do. I like following that. I like to see what my chances were of hitting that shot and if I hit it or not. So I do like that. Again, this guy he didn't have a good chance. He hit it. So it's 6-3 now. So that is some action with Strat. As we let the cards flip out, now it's going to stop. Only when it stops can you try to exit the game, and then it'll say you got to wait till the next possession. But this is where you would take the outside shot, check your box score, update your preferences, and the whole bit. So that's some of the gameplay from Strat. So let's go to Action PC now. So we're going to play the game. So we continue. And yeah, auto limit. That's fine. It's going to play. So we got the same kind of thing. We got the introductions here. You can turn that off, I believe, if you want. I just let it run for right now. It's just fine. So now the game's going to start, and it's Philadelphia the ball. So Dawkins with it. So now, over here, I feel like you got more control with this because you can pass to anybody here that you want. You can shoot. You can drive. So there's a lot of options. So I'm going to pass. And now I think I need to take the shot because I got 13 seconds left. Maybe I'll try to go to the outside to Collins. See the ball pass from Dawkins to Collins. The animation is not quite as smooth. Collins cuts in, puts it up, and it looks like it was blocked. Yeah, Black is blocked. So it's rejected. But the rebound goes to McGinnis. So it stayed with the Sixers. So the Sixers are going to take the shot. McGinnis puts up the shot. And that's blocked as well. So Collins has blocked 2 shots in a row, and Collins gets the rebound. So now the Celtics bring it up the court. And there's a timeout called. Wow, that's kind of weird. Timeout called already. So now we're going to continue. White is going to take the shot, and it's good. It's a little bit of animation there, not as thrilling as Strat, but it works. But I like the choices here, so I'm going to try to get into Dawkins on the inside. And it tells you like some of the ratings and who's defending him in the whole bit, so you have an idea what you're going to try to do. So let's try to get into Dawkins, see what he can do. Dawkins guarded by Wicks. Dawkins bobbled it, got it back. Oh, he's got 2 guys on him, and he misses. So Dawkins can't put it in. Philadelphia hasn't scored yet. But they get the rebound. So we're going to pass. And now we're going to shoot. McGinnis over Cowens, puts this one up. And it is good. And Philadelphia is on the board. Okay, so that's a little bit of gameplay. As you can see, there's a lot more chances to control the game in Action PC. So I'm just going to continue, and I'm going to bring it up. And now I can pass to Bibby. Sometimes it won't pass if he's covered, but sometimes it does. Bibby's going to drive the lane, a layup, and he misses. And I do notice a lot of misses in both games, in Strat and Action PC. There's a lot of misses. So now Wicks brings it up, and he scores for Boston. And so now it's 4-2. So that is a little bit of action with Action PC. Let's go back to Strat for 1 second. As you can see, this is where we left off here. So I'm going to take the outside shot, aims from the outside, roll the dice. This is what I love watching that. I do. I love watching the card image, and then you see, oh, man, I'm going to make it or not. I do like that. That's one of my favorite things about the Strat game here. And there's a foul on DJ. So now Rivers goes to the line. He misses the shot. And we'll get the animation for that. So boom, he misses it. And the rebound goes to Wilkins of Atlanta. So Atlanta has the ball on the offensive rebounds. He puts it up, and he hits. So we needed a 1-4 on a split, and he got it. And so this is really more cards and dice driven. There is some animations here. There's some decisions to be made. But for the most part, it is cards and dice game. I'm going to go here. And instead of human-only shots, I'm going to go to human coach. Sometimes this gives you a few more decisions like passing and stuff. So we're going to take the outside shot. So DJ's going to shoot it. He's going to hit it. Wow. Didn't have much of a chance, but DJ buries that, and it's 8-5. So now when I go to human coach, that means I have to substitute the guys myself, which I don't like to do because I'm not that good at that. So if you like to sub yourself, then that's fine. But with the human coaching, you now have choices for passing. So sometimes you'll get the ball and it'll say, hey, do you want a fast break? Do you want to pass? What do you want to do? Do you want to go to the fast break? Yes, I do. I want to go to fast break. So now Bird has it. Bird on a break. He goes up. So now I can fast break. I can call time. So I'm going to go fast break. Bird puts it up and he misses. Again, there's a lot of misses in this game on the fast break, in both games actually. So what I want to do next is I want to show you the zoom feature before we close things out. So this is some gameplay. I do like the animations, and I do like reading the cards because if I feel like I'm playing a cards and dice game with Strat, so I'm reading some of the stats here. So now again, I get the option of fast break or pass. So I'm going to say exit, just so I can get that started. So I'm going to pass this time. No, I'm not going to proceed with the fast break. Now I get the option of quitting. So what I want to do now is my quick play option. I'm going to quick play to the fourth quarter with 1 minute left. Okay. Or I can, now I got to wait a second here for that to go, or I can just zip to the end of the game, and that's what I'll do next. But again, I have to wait now for that to happen. So I'm reading. So Johnson has it. Concat gets it back. Atlanta leads 8-5. Willis with it. Again, I'm kind of just following the cards here, waiting for the opportunity to come to do something. Again, it's a cards and dice game, so it's not as interactive as the other one. So let me see if I can exit now. Okay, next possession. So I'm going to continue. Willis misses the shot. And Atlanta gets it back. So, of course, I can't zoom ahead because I don't have the ball. He's hit and he's fouled. So now I got to wait. And that's one of the drawbacks here to Strat is, so now I can exit. No, I can't. I still got to wait. So let's continue. Wilkins hits it. Hopefully I'll get the ball back now and I can zoom ahead. So 13-5. Atlanta. All right, so quick play option after the game. So I'm gonna just zip the rest of the game. You got two options here. You can watch the box score or don't watch the box score. Watching the box score is actually kind of cool. You see the score progress. It only takes a minute, so I'll show you that. So you can see that it's you see the scores and you got the box score on the top. This is kind of cool. You can kind of follow along to what's happening here. So you got, 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Atlanta's still leading. Atlanta leads by 15. Atlanta leads by 10 now. In the third quarter, Boston trying to catch up. Still a 10-point lead for Atlanta. We go to the fourth quarter. Boston closing in. They still trail by 12. 3 minutes to go, 2 minutes. I like this. This is kind of neat. I like this. Boston trying to get back in the game, but they lose. So it's 138, 120. Wow, 138. That's a lot of points. So you can view the box score if you want. See what happened. Boston hit 49%. That's probably why they lost the game. And now we'll end the game. So that's how you would zoom ahead. I like that. I do. I like that zoom ahead feature. So now, in Action PC as we played here, so I'm in the position, so I'm going to continue just to show you the differences here. Wicks with the ball, shot missed, and it's picked up by the 76ers. Now I go to option zoom. I can zoom right now. Okay? I can zoom to the fourth period. I can zoom to the end of the game. So I'm going to zoom to the end of the fourth period. We'll continue. I'm going to let it zoom. Hopefully it doesn't crash. No, it didn't. And that's the end of the game. So there's no muss, no fuss with Action PC. You don't have to wait for a change of possession. But when you zoom, it just zooms. I do like the strat, how you can watch the scores. That is kind of cool. I like that. But again, here it just shows you what happened. Boston wins this one, 117, 114. You can get all your stats here just like you normally do with the game. And so we just zipped ahead and we're done. So... and now we're back to our main screen. So that's a little look at a head-to-head comparison, maybe a shootout, if you will, between Strat and Action PC. They both do different things. I like the different things that they do. I like the cards and dice part of Strat. I like the animations of Strat. There's a few things that Strat does really nice. Action PC, though, I like that I can have a lot of decisions when playing Action PC. I also like how colorful it is and how I can put in my own courts, full courts, actually. I like how I can zoom and stop at any time with Action PC. So there's a few things like that I like. I like the price point of Action PC. Again, we talked about the modding a little bit. So anyway, yeah, I mean, you decide. I mean, I like them both. I mean, they both do different things, much like Action PC Hockey and Strat Hockey. They both do different things. I just got the board game in for Strat Basketball, so once I play that, I think I'll have a better idea on how the Strat PC plays, because I'm still kind of reading that, so to speak, and figuring that out. But, yeah, so anyway, I just want to give a little showdown here this morning between Strat PC Basketball and Action PC Basketball. And, yeah, so we'll talk to everybody later. Thanks for tuning in. And again, I am not an expert at these. I've played these a little bit, and I'm just kind of comparing and contrasting and showing the two games from what I've played so far. So I'm assuming there'll be a part 2. Once I get better at these games, I'll have a part 2 showing off of these games, I'm sure. I'm Dave. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.